Quake feels just as fierce and relentless as it did in the 90s. The enhanced visuals, moody lighting, and atmospheric soundtrack hit the perfect nostalgic nerve without feeling dated. Controls are smooth and responsive, making every firefight satisfying. Level design remains clever and maze-like, rewarding curiosity and quick reflexes. The added multiplayer and expansions round out the package with real value. A solid rework of a genre-defining title that proves its chaotic fun hasn't aged decades later. Detective Dai. The Silk Rose Murders weaves an intriguing tale set in ancient China, packed with clever puzzles and sharp dialogue. The pixel art style evokes a strong atmosphere, while the narrative keeps things engaging with thoughtful twists and solid pacing. Voice acting and music add to the immersive setting, making each scene feel purposeful. This game rewards patience and attention, and it's easy to get absorbed in its investigative depth. A smart mystery game that respects the player's curiosity and logic. Cyber Protocol is a cyberpunk-themed arcade puzzle game in which players mimic the main hero in order to resurrect his android comrade by activating the protocol. The game has 100 levels with various obstacles and traps, and it welcomes up to 4 people to join in on the fun. For an added rush, players may attack the system in arcade mode with limited lives, aiming to achieve the top 20 worldwide cyber hacking rankings. Arcade legacy surges forward, with modern energy in Yars recharged. A resilient insectoid hero breaches fortified enemy defenses in brisk arena battles. Combat feels responsive, encouraging precision movement and well-timed bursts of offense. Each stage escalates patterns and introduces boss encounters that demand rhythm and focus. Unlockable abilities and challenge modes extend replay appeal for dedicated competitors. Vivid visuals and a pulsing electronic soundtrack heighten the intensity. A sleek reimagining that respects its origins while delivering refined action. Players must use bright phrases, colors, shapes, and sounds to repel waves of oncoming attackers. If the enemy breaks your defenses, you must engage in close-quarters battle to drive them back. The game is loaded with Minter's typical comedy, trippy imagery, and a passion for creating games that are a delight to play. Key elements include arcade excitement, 50 distinct levels and accessibility settings for individuals who are sensitive to flashing lights or want a more relaxing experience. Players must gather ammo for precise shots, preserve their combination, and protect their rings or life force. Super Hydorah is a love letter to classic shoot-'em-ups, blending retro aesthetics with modern polish. Its tight controls, vibrant pixel art, and dynamic soundtrack create an engaging and nostalgic experience. Each level offers unique enemies and branching paths, encouraging replayability without feeling repetitive. The difficulty is fair yet challenging, perfect for fans of the genre looking for a rewarding test of skill. Co-op mode adds an extra layer of fun, making it great for shared sessions. A polished and thrilling arcade experience from start to finish. Wizardry proving grounds of the Mad Overlord. The first party-based RPG video game, players embark on a deluxe dungeon adventure headed by the insane Overlord Trevor to recover an amulet from the evil wizard Wordna. The game includes simple challenges, enhanced party management, travel, spellcasting, and fighting. Wizardry proving grounds of the Mad Overlord is an excellent starting point for anyone unfamiliar with the classic Wizardry series, thanks to beautiful new visuals, music, and a revised interface. Quake II is a fascinating game that blends the essence of 1972 Pong with the modern indie gem Quake. Players guide a Pong ball stuck between 2 paddles through a minimalist universe using straightforward 2-button controls. The game has 30 levels spread across 4 realms, with hidden collectibles and countless surprises. Players must progress through 30 hard stages, battling formidable foes and monsters. The game has a calming soundtrack, a profound journey, and a gripping story about doubt, fear, and self-acceptance. There is a quiet desperation in deep space that this game understands perfectly. Cast as a lone scavenger, players navigate a dying star cluster, salvaging tech to survive. Combat flows with visceral tension. Every encounter demands calculated aggression, creating a rhythm of risk and reward. Beneath the immediate struggle lies a robust web of ship upgrades and branching nebula routes, ensuring no two runs feel identical. Stark pixel art and a low-frequency soundtrack amplify the solitude. This stands a complete adventure built for steady mastery. Quake II is a critically regarded first-person shooter that transports players on an exciting trip through a science fiction story. The expanded edition of the game features a future battlefield in which mankind fights the Strogg, a hostile extraterrestrial race. To preserve mankind, players must penetrate guarded military installations and demolish the enemy's war machines. Quake II also contains the original mission expansions, The Reckoning and Ground Zero, which introduce new narrative levels and deathmatch maps. The game also includes multiplayer features such as online and local co-op. Butcher is a fast-paced, brutal game that requires quick reflexes and pinpoint accuracy. To win, players must outlast unrelenting attacks and traps. Unique boss encounters in the game will put your talents to the test and force you to modify your strategy. The vicious action is complemented by pixel art graphics and an evocative music, immersing players in the blood-soaked world of Butcher. The game also has an engaging plot that delves into a dark and dismal environment. Butcher pays tribute to classic 2D shooters while providing a fresh take on the genre.
Exterminate them all.
Kombinera is a brilliantly crafted puzzle platformer that delivers a uniquely satisfying challenge. Controlling multiple colored balls simultaneously, each with different properties, creates an engaging mental workout that constantly tests your strategy and timing. The minimalistic art style and ambient soundtrack perfectly complement the game's clever level design. Every puzzle feels rewarding, and there's a real sense of accomplishment as you progress. It's the kind of game that hooks you in with simplicity, then keeps you thinking long after you've put it down. Stranded Sails Explorers of the Cursed Islands is a charming blend of farming, exploration, and light survival mechanics. The colorful art style and relaxing pace make it a great choice for players seeking a laid-back adventure. Uncovering secrets, managing resources, and rebuilding your ship adds a rewarding sense of progression. The day-night cycle and energy system add just enough challenge without feeling overwhelming. It's perfect for those who enjoy games like Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley, but with a tropical twist and a touch of pirate mystery.
I won't let them fall.
UFO Robot Grendizer: The Feast of the Wolves is a thrilling tribute to the legendary anime. The visuals pop with retro flair, and the combat feels satisfyingly explosive, especially during aerial battles. Fans will appreciate the authentic soundtrack and dramatic cutscenes. The pacing keeps things exciting, switching between on-foot action and mech warfare seamlessly. This game thrives on nostalgia, while offering enough punch for newcomers. A memorable journey that respects its roots and entertains from the first mission onward. Arcade racing returns with velocity that never apologizes for its speed. Drivers tear through futuristic circuits where split-second drift timing separates podium finishes from pack racing. Handling sits between accessible and demanding, letting newcomers compete while giving veterans room to shave milliseconds through optimal lines. Vehicle customization adds strategic preparation before events, while championship modes structure progression smartly. Bright visuals maintain energy across varied track designs. Mastery emerges from memorizing curves and understanding when aggression pays off. DEADCRAFT throws players into a wild post-apocalyptic world where growing zombie allies is just another day's work. The mix of survival mechanics, farming, and combat feels fresh, especially with the mutant abilities shaking up standard gameplay. Building up a base, scavenging for parts, and managing hunger and infection adds a real sense of urgency. It's a strange but satisfying ride that rewards creativity and experimentation. For those who enjoy something offbeat and challenging, this game delivers plenty to sink into. Lair of the Clockwork God is a clever mix of puzzle and platforming that keeps players engaged from start to finish. The game's charm comes from its two characters, each with unique abilities that create fun and inventive challenges. Levels are thoughtfully designed, offering satisfying moments of problem-solving without ever feeling repetitive. The humor is subtle and well-timed, adding personality without distracting from gameplay. Controls are smooth, and the pacing strikes a good balance between exploration and action. It's consistently enjoyable. This roguelike dungeon exploration game requires players to avoid, dart, and slay swarms of foes in arbitrarily created dungeons. Players gather unique riches and unusual things to increase their chances of survival. A strange gate has opened on Earth, and those who are prepared to put themselves to the test will be granted a wish. A mortal and his robot friend uncover the Gate of the Gods, where they must undergo the gods' trials in order to reach greatness and fulfill the elusive last request. The game includes dynamically generated dungeons, random weaponry, and infinite ammunition. Heaven Dust 2 keeps players on edge with its intense survival horror and clever puzzles. The atmosphere is tense and immersive, turning every room into a test of nerves. Strategic resource management adds layers of challenge, while the story gradually unfolds, keeping curiosity high. Combat is challenging but fair, rewarding careful planning and attention to detail. The visuals and sound design work together to build genuine suspense. Fans of horror and tactical gameplay will find this game deeply engaging, thrilling, and satisfying throughout. Frog Detective: The Entire Mystery is a charming, quirky collection that bundles all three delightfully odd cases into one package. The humor is lighthearted and genuinely funny, with lovable characters and silly dialogue that never takes itself too seriously. Each mystery is simple but engaging, making it perfect for a relaxed evening of cozy gaming. The art style is whimsically minimalistic, adding to its offbeat appeal. It's a short, sweet adventure that doesn't overstay its welcome and leaves you smiling long after the final case is closed. Tetris returns in Tetris Forever as a polished celebration of the most enduring puzzle concept ever made. Falling tetrominoes demand spatial awareness, quick instinct, and calm precision as speed rises and board pressure tightens. Each session settles into a clean, rhythmic flow that rewards sharp planning and consistent composure. Multiple variants, escalating challenge, and score chasing add lasting replay appeal. Crisp visuals and iconic musical themes keep every run focused, satisfying, and timeless across many sessions.